We use thousands of words a day, and we don't even give them a second thought. But what if I told you that one of the most common, maybe one of the most boring words was hiding a fascinating secret about language itself? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of them. So let's dive in. How much can one simple word really tell us? We're going to take just one word, a word you've probably already used today, and use it as a key to unlock a much bigger story about how we all communicate. And that word is receipt. Yeah, I know, that little scrap of paper you get from the store. It seems so mundane, right? Almost boring. But trust me, by the end of this, you are going to see it in a whole new light. Okay, first up, the definition we all know, the countable noun. It's a physical thing. You can hold it in your hand, you can count them. 1, 2, 3 receipts. It's proof of purchase, a record of a transaction. Simple enough, right? We're all on the same page. But here's where it starts to get more interesting. Receipt is also an uncountable noun. It describes the act of receiving something. You might say, upon receipt of the package, I signed my name. You can't hold that in your hand. It's an action, a concept. So right there, you can see this word's double life. On one hand, it's a concrete object. On the other, it's an abstract idea. And this dual nature, well, that's our first clue that there's way more to receipt than meets the eye. And get this, it doesn't stand alone. It's part of a whole family of words, all centered around the exact same core concept. Think about it. You receive something. The person who gets it is the receiver. The event is a reception. And the person managing that event is a receptionist. It's like they all share the same linguistic DNA. So I'm looking into all this, and then I come across this one single, really strange line. Receipt is on the basic English 850 list. And just like that, bam, our whole investigation took this really sharp turn. And my first thought was, what on earth is the basic English 850 list? Seriously, that's the exact question that just popped into my head. It sounds important, right? Maybe even a little bit secret. A special list with only 850 words on it. Just think about that number for a second. 850. The average English-speaking adult knows tens of thousands of words. So a language built on just 850? Wow, that's an incredibly small toolkit to work with. And it turns out the idea behind Basic English was incredibly ambitious. It was designed way back in the 1930s as a simplified version of the language for international use. The goal wasn't to replace English, not at all, but to create a foundation, a core set of words so fundamental you could explain pretty much any idea with them. Which, of course, brings us right back to our little word. Out of all the thousands and thousands of words in the English language, why did receipt make the cut for this hyper-exclusive list of 850 essential words? Why was it considered so fundamental to human communication? Well, the answer lies in its incredible versatility. Like we saw, it's both a concrete thing and an abstract idea. That duality makes it extremely efficient. But it's more than that. The concept of receiving, of acknowledging a transaction, is fundamental to how societies work. It underpins everything from trade and law to just confirming you got a message. It represents that universal human act of getting something. And just like that, our journey is complete. We started with a humble piece of paper you might have in your wallet right now, and we ended up with a word so powerful, so essential, that it was chosen as a building block for a system designed to connect the entire world. It leaves you with a pretty big thought, doesn't it? It makes you wonder about all the other simple words we overlook every day. And it poses this fascinating question. In a world of endless complexity, what if 850 words were actually enough to say everything that truly matters?